Hi, everybody. I have a great group of Emmy nominees with me today from Days of Our Lives. All new nominees this year for the 49th Annual Daytime Emmy Awards. James Reynolds, nominee for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series. Stacy Haiduk, nominated for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series. Lindsay Arnold is here, Outstanding Younger Performer in a Drama Series. And Arianne Zucker is here, Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series nominees. So guys, I think let's just start with Arianne. How did you find out you were nominated, and were you expecting this? And are you surprised, or where did you sit with it?
All in that order?
Yeah.
All in that order. I found out just like a smidge before it was released on the talk. So, because I was at work and had scenes and whatnot. And so, yeah, so I found out then. I thought I was in trouble because, you know, I'm always getting in trouble. Just kidding. Yeah, so I was like, what? So when I submitted, I don't know, I just, you know, it's a strong category, and I thought, you know, you think it's your best work. I don't know. We're our own worst critics all the time, of course. And so it was really a blessing to know that I was nominated. So I really love the scenes. I know Greg Vaughn always brings it for me when, you know, when we're working together and we have emotional scenes. And so I don't know, hopefully this will be the one this year. Who knows?
So for the fans that'll be watching, what scenes did you, what was on your reel? What scene?
So on my reel was when Eric came back from his 8-month trip in Africa. He had found out at a party we threw together that I had cheated on him with Xander.
Oh,
that throws a wrench in it, but it was basically him leaving, going back to Africa to do his good work, and really taking responsibility, both 50-50, because he was gone for so long. We had just got married, and is it right to cheat? No. But is it right for him to be gone for so long? No, not so much either. So so those were the scenes I submitted, and they were very tough. I feel like they were really well written, realistic adult scenes where you're, you know, having to leave somebody that you absolutely love, but it just doesn't make sense for the two of you. So I like them.
Awesome. And Stacy, congratulations.
Thank you.
So well deserved. So were you surprised at the nomination?
Of course I was. Yes, absolutely. Like, you know, I was in Greece doing a yoga retreat before, so I kind of just was like, oh, whatever's going to happen will happen, and I didn't remember when they were actually going to speak out and say who gets what and all that other
nominations.
Yeah, and so went to work, and yeah, Leah actually called me because she's like, hey, congratulations. I'm like, because same thing as Ari. I'm like, call Leah ASAP. I'm like, oh God, did I do something wrong? I mean, that's our first initial thing. Did I do something wrong? And it's like, okay, just call that you'll take care of it, whatever it's gonna be. And then she's like, hey, congratulations. And I'm like, what? She goes, then, you know, you've got supporting. I'm like, yay, supporting actress. So I was thrilled. Are you kidding me?
I know, and your buddy Arianne was probably rooting. You're probably really happy, Ari, right? Because you two are thick as thieves.
So yes. You don't know who's doing what half the time because you're not during the weeks, and we haven't. So I was like, I'm so excited to see everybody getting the nomination. I'm like, yes.
So excited, Stacy. You always do such amazing work. So yes, so excited to know that you were nominated. So good.
And you. And Eric Martzoff, who was on our Emmy show, said that you and him submitted the same scenes. Is that correct?
Exactly the same ones. It was, yeah, we did the breaking up or the fighting to stay together scene in the interrogation room with, where he was like, decided to go off with Miss Chloe. I always have to laugh at that.
But
you
no,
know, I judged those, and you were so good. And I told Eric that because I was judging your scene, not Eric's, and I said how good he was in those scenes, and he said, "Yeah, it's the same thing that Stacy did." So I thought that was wonderful that you both got the nomination.
Yeah, I am too. I was really, really thrilled.
It's all Kristen scenes, right? For the fan, there was no Susan in this.
Yeah, no, it's hard because I've done the Susan Kristen thing before and put them in a tape, but I don't know if people really, I don't know if they really get it yet.
Context, right? Because you're looking out of context at Susan probably, and if you don't know what's going
They're
on,
going, who the heck is she? Not that, yeah, I don't know how it goes. So I mean, maybe, next year I'll do a Susan tape or something, who knows? I just don't know what's gonna be available.
And James, you have won an Emmy before for Outstanding Lead Actor, and here you're up again.
I know.
What was your thought when you got nominated, and did you go with the standalone episode for part of this, or all of it, or
The standalone episode, I did. And it stood alone. Yeah, I was surprised. I was totally surprised. I didn't think I really had a lot of possibilities. I hadn't submitted for a couple of years because it just wasn't, I didn't feel anything to submit. And then, so I kind of looked at it with some encouragement from a variety of folks, and it worked. It worked. And you have to, because I actually used some, because there was a lot of old footage, flashback footage, and you can only use a little bit of that. I think it's 32%. I don't know how it's calculated,
right?
but I did my best to calculate it, and it worked out.
Well, it was so gut-wrenching. It was such a sad, I mean,
Oh,
it was what you guys have seen James. When James cries, it's like, oh God, that's the end of the.
Yeah. Jim and I are still waiting for our sort of father-daughter storyline.
Yes, yes.
For years
We have
we've been
been
asking.
plotting this for
We've
years.
thrown it out
Have
there.
that happen?
Yeah. Yeah, we love working together. Well,
Yeah.
I love working with Ari.
I
let
love
me say
working
that.
with you.
And it's we've been talking about that and plotting it and have spoken to numerous people in power.
Next year.
Yes.
Lindsay, congratulations, or should we call you AllDevil? I'm not quite.
Either one works. Up to you.
How did you feel about the nomination, and what scenes did you end up going with?
Yeah, I mean, I was really excited. Kind of similarly, after I submitted, I just forgot about them and I didn't want to think about it too much. So I remembered I got the email like the day before, and I was like, oh, right, that's happening tomorrow. And I didn't get nervous until like 11 because I knew they were being announced at 11. So I was like, okay, I'm starting to get nervous. And then Leah called me like 5 minutes later, and I was like, okay, either I got it or she's just being super nice and letting me down super and giving me like a pep talk, which I was like, she's probably not, she's busy. So yeah, once I got the call, I was just really excited, really relieved. I called my mom, and my mom was like, I've been sweating in my car for hours, just so nervous. I'm like, okay.
Take it down, Mom.
Yeah, I was like, Mom, you need to relax. So my mom was cute. She was more nervous than I was. But yeah, so I was just really excited, and I'm not going to say I was expecting it, just because, you never know, but I was definitely really proud of the scenes I submitted. I submitted my scenes with when Allie gets hypnotized by Marlena and remembers the true events of the night of her sexual assault, which was honestly just, a very traumatic experience for her. And you kind of saw her go through everything of remembering, and the physical aspects that you feel when you remember something like that, and the emotional ones. So I just remember doing those scenes, and it was one of those days at work where I finished and I just felt so like I had done something really important and really something that just really made me feel good. So I was really excited about those scenes. And so I basically just submitted those, and then a couple other ones, but that was kind of the majority of the chunk of my reel, I would say.
Was it hard for all of you to pick? It's hard to watch your own work? Do you find that difficult, or are you like, I can do this? And
I mean, I find it so difficult to watch my own work. So that's why I just watched it like once, and then I was like, I'm just going to submit these and not even look at it ever again. So that was kind of what I did.
I think a lot of us too, you'll feel it when you have an episode that you're like, that could be, or people will come up to you and say, mark that for your Emmys.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then, so, I think just for being there as long as we have, you do mark it. You kind of dog ear, okay, that was a good one. I guess,
Yeah.
But it really, I feel like comes down to a feeling too, how you feel sometimes when it's like effortless and coming out just like, wow, that felt amazing. And you hope it's Emmy worthy, I think.
Yeah, and watching your own work is kind of like, for me anyway, it's like we're watching game tape. And so I watch it and look, I could have made that pass a little bit better. You just, you watch it and decide, okay, well, I know what to do next time. I screwed that up.
If you get it next time, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
James, what advice would you have for anybody that's gone through what you have of being nominated and not winning and then winning? Like, what was it like being there and finally winning and or losing? Like what and also do you
No
have,
losers
you guys
ever.
have to love when, oh, I lost when they go to the 5 shot, or I won. Yeah.
Yes, you have to make sure you have that smile plastered on your face if they don't call your name. But look pleased for everybody else. That's it. Oh, that's a wonderful. That was lovely. I'm so happy. It's it's a roller coaster. I mean, everybody should admit it. The big, we're in the big moment right now, the nomination moment, because everybody's in the pool. And now everybody's out except for us. And so that really is, but the truth is everybody wants to win. And that's when your heart is beating. And, no matter what happens, it intrudes on your thoughts at certain times as you go in, usually when I'm walking my dog. And I start thinking, well, this would be nice. What am I going to say this time? And so you have to realize it's a very human moment, and you have to allow yourself to feel that moment. I just don't. I think if you don't get it, and I've had that experience several times, you just have to realize how fortunate you are to be in that position.
I agree.
Yeah, Ari, you've been nominated before, and you're in another amazing category with Laura Wright and Cynthia Watros and Michelle Morgan and Marcy Miller. How do you feel because the lead actresses is always like the Titans, kind of the Titans going at it. How is it like being in that field with them? Does that make it more special, or are you like, oh, competition?
Well, all these ladies are such wonderful actresses, and I, it is always a pleasure to be, like Jim says, in the same pool with them. But I actually think supporting actress is one of the hardest categories, Stacy, because I've been nominated in there 2 times, I think, and then 3 for lead. So, but it's just so many people that have had like that, and it doesn't have to be a contract role or anything. And it's just, it's so competitive, really. And to get nominated in supporting actress, I feel like is just, it's kudos to who does, because it's the work is just like, it has to be really powerful. Not that the lead doesn't, because it absolutely does. And I used to judge lead actress for many years until I started submitting for it. But and when you watch your friends, I mean, Laura and I have a great relationship, and I root for her for sure. However, this year I'd like to win. Sorry, Laura, I love you. I love you. She's won already. Man, I want to win.
Right? I got you.
Marcy's already won. Sorry, I'm throwing an adult tantrum right now. Anyway, sorry, that was my inside voice outside.
Yeah. Stacy, she makes a good point. It is really hard to come out into to be one of the 5 or 6 every year in supporting, because there's more people in it.
Yeah, I noticed that too. When I voted one year, it was like 24 supporting actresses and then 12 leading actors. I was like, maybe I should switch. I was like, this is insane. And when you do, what's amazing is you do go through them and you're like, wow, these are some amazing performances. It's same with leading actors as well, but I mean, I've only gotten a chance to vote for one of each one year, and it was intense to see. But yeah, I mean, I'm you know me, I'm so happy to be here.
Aw, you're the best, Stacy.
I know.
I'm so happy for you. You work so hard. I know how hard
I do.
Yeah.
But I love it. you know, sometimes it doesn't feel like work so much because I so enjoy it when I'm on that set, and that when you do get that moment where it just is all connecting, and then you get to put it into the Emmy nominations, and then the Emmy nomination comes that you are a part of it. It's just, it's really exciting. I'm telling you, I'm giggling. I like this
Yeah.
giggling talk. I can't stop.
Yes.
Yes. Lindsay, how do you feel about, they changed the category. It's guest performer. So it's guys and girls all in the same category. Do you like that? Not like that? How do you feel about that in terms of?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I like it. I think it makes sense. So yeah, I think it's cool. I think also this year they changed it so you actually need to be 21 and or younger. So they also
I
made
guess
it
I
younger.
can't submit.
So I think that's kind of cool too, because I think I don't know how many people in that age group are on soaps, honestly, but I think it makes sense to kind of combine it because it might be a little bit like less amount of people submitting. So yeah, I feel like it makes sense and I think it's cool. And a few of the other nominees have actually reached out to me on social media and stuff from the other shows, which is cool because I don't really know any of them. So we've all kind of connected now, which is it's cute. So I'm excited to meet them.
And I was watching scenes that aired this week with you as AllDevil when you have Ben and Sierra's baby, and then you're in the crypt with Evan.
Yes.
With Brock Kelly. I'm like, okay, so the lines are really good, and you were really good. You've got material for next year too.
That's what a lot of people have been saying. I've gotten a couple tweets about that, and I was like, I mean, I guess I feel like the devil stuff is a little bit hard because it's kind of just a little bit like ridiculous sometimes when it's out of context. People might not know what's going on. My voice is modulated, like. So I tried to just take like the funnier route with the devil because I was like, I'm like this young girl and I have this like deep modulated voice. So I need to make this funny or else it's just going to be a little bit like easier to sell it for me, at least when I'm acting it. So I'm glad that that's been coming across because I've been getting a lot of positive feedback.
Did you like playing the devil?
It was my favorite thing I've ever done on the show. I had so much fun. I had so much fun with it. You just got to be absolutely horrible and mean to everyone. And I was having the best time. I was like, it's so different than my usual character. Allie's very sweet and more quiet and just a little bit more reserved. So getting to just be completely out of pocket was super up my alley. And I had so much fun with it. So it was definitely my favorite thing I did.
I love calling Allie. She's my little superstar. Superstar. Yeah. So talented.
And Jim, Jim, we saw also this week that Adrian clubbed over the head by TR. So we don't know what's
again.
And he had a big confrontation. I'm like, well, there's another Emmy scene for next year.
Yeah, that was good. And William was wonderful. I'm so
Really
glad he was cast in that role. So he was a great adversary to have, and I love that. Yes, I've been knocked out more than a few times.
Does it surprise you, or are you happy as a veteran on the show that they keep writing for you, or they will give you these moments? And on a lot of shows, a lot of people don't get written for, as you know, who've been, so you must be thankful that they've still.
I'm very thankful for that. I'm still waiting for the story with Ari, but I'm very very thankful that to when you pick up that script and you look in and you see that your character has focus, that's one of the greatest gifts, or the greatest gifts you can have as an actor. I feel like the last few years has been some of the best I've had as far as material, and moving through and trying to find solutions to who Abe is involved with this week, and what crimes, who's the devil this week, and keeping up with my expanding and contracting family. And but as I say, I talked about this a lot and probably will continue. But we have Ari and I have we think we're family. We're pretty sure we are, and so we're waiting for that exploration.
Yeah. And as we keep pushing it.
Yes.
You have a father-daughter swoosh name for Twitter?
Have
But
you
I
noticed
know we
that?
should have one.
Yeah, we should.
Call
We
it
should.
Abacle.
Yeah. Arby. Call it
Arby.
Arby.
There we go.
Arby.
Almost sounds like a cough syrup. I was going to say, Stacy, what was it like working with Eric in the scenes? Because you guys are such great scene partners. He gets nominated, and I know Ari, you love doing scenes with Eric as
I
well.
love Eric Martzoff. Yes.
And she
Yeah.
loves me too, and I love her.
I don't get to work with you enough, Stacy.
Just stopped working. It's like done.
I know. I know.
So what does Eric bring to the table, Stacy, for you in the scenes? Because you guys both got nominated for these scenes, and you went at it. And
Well, we did go at it, and I think that's what Eric and I bring to the scenes together. I should say the Brady and Kristen character. I mean, it's just when we're together, it's just we just plow over each other, and then it gets emotional, it gets heated. We don't really know where it's going to go sometimes, but it always ends up in some exciting place, whether he's, walking out on me or, falling into tears or whatever. But I just feel I love working with him. He just brings stuff out in me that I, sometimes other people don't, and it's always different. But there's also Kristen has that passionate love for him that she'll fight to the end. And so when he brings, his brilliance out, Eric does when we're working together, it's fun. I mean, I've always end going, okay, that was exciting.
and then when they yell cut, do you guys break into laughter or go in after you?
Oh, we'll break into laughter or in between takes, unless I'm really, really in like a serious, in that one especially, I had to ignore him because he'll go, la la, he'll start dancing. And I'm like, dude, it's no, not now. Because I would have, you're just like trying to remember all these like monologues that you have to say, and you're just like, okay, I just gotta focus, I gotta stay in this moment. And then Eric will, because sometimes if it's not too serious of a scene, he and I will do like a little dance number. Or I think Ari, you've been in some of those when we've been like, all three of us will start doing a little boogie between takes.
Oh yeah, you have to. I'm definitely like to leave my scenes on stage and like to walk off of them. So yeah, when I used to have all my emotional scenes and crying scenes, I'd say one of our camera guys would be like, Mark, tell me a joke. Because it's so heavy, your body doesn't know the difference, it just knows that you're upset, so
that's right.
Yeah, I always try to throw a joke in there whenever I can.
Oh yeah.
So now the question is, ladies, do you like the process of finding a dress to go on the red carpet and do that? Because now it's a live, now we're on CBS, we're coming back to an actual show where we're all going to be there, as opposed to Zooming it. And James, same for you. Do you like getting dressed up, or is it a big chore and you're like, oh God, what do you guys think?
I don't mind getting dressed up at all. I'm good with it.
Jim loves going dress hunting. It's his favorite thing.
Yeah, I do. And it's the heels. I love those.
Yes,
My
yes.
6-inch
Yeah.
heels, the stilettos. I'm onto that. Yeah, I won't talk about the underwear.
But the guys always have to
Gotta
wear
be
the
lazy.
suits. But here's the thing: the guys always have to wear the suits or the tux. It's hot, and it's usually like 90 degrees out, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the girls, so that's the thing. with
Yeah.
the guys.
I love going to, hello, who doesn't love going shopping?
I know, exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then making the decision of, I think sometimes you just kind of get maybe a color or a style in your head, and that makes it kind of interesting to find the right dress, or last year, or was it last? No, Stacy, when we went together, I did a pantsuit.
I did my
unitard, whatever I wore.
Yeah.
That was super comfortable and so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
fun.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm obviously super honored to have my work, validated in this way and appreciated. But people thought I was kidding, but I wasn't. I said I just wanted to be nominated so I can get a dress. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm so happy. I'm glad everyone, enjoyed my work. I'm glad I got the nomination. But I'm just here to have fun. I'm here to wear a nice dress. I'm here to, feel really pretty and have a good time. So that was like my most exciting thing about this. I was like, literally, I got it and I was like, okay, immediately looking for dresses.
That's exactly
So,
right.
I love it.
Oh, you were
I love
kidding,
it.
Stacey?
I did well, because you know me, I like to go vintage shopping for a dress.
Yes.
So I always try to
Stacey,
find
that's what I'm doing.
You too?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So it's hard because not every one of them, there's not 5 in a batch. You got one and it better fit you. So I just started looking and kind of going, what do I feel like? Yeah. Otherwise, I'll wear muumuu.
Which will look great on you.
Yeah.
Militarian muumuu.
I was going to say, who was the first person each of you called yourself when you were nominated that didn't know? Did you call family, boyfriends? What? Like, who did you call, Jim or Stacy?
My son. I called my son. Was the first person I called after that, and Lisa was with me when I got the call from Leah. So yeah, that was it. I kind of responded to people more than I actually picked up and called, because I'm not great at.
You were like, I got nominated.
Yeah, I don't really do that very well. So I really responded more than I took the offense.
Yeah.
Stacy,
I called, well, I was responding because all the texts and everything, but I did call. I got the dog in the car going. But I called my husband because I thought he's never online and all that. So I finally was like, hey, just so you know, I got Emmy nom. And he was calling me and going, I'm so proud of you. So it was, I mean, it's nice because they've all been there through this journey, the family has, every year going, did you get it? No, not this year. Dang. And then it's like this year, it's like, yay. So yeah.
So
All
cute.
right, Ari, who did you call?
Well, normally Sean is my first call, but Kyle happened to be at work. So I was knocking on his door. I was like, come here. And so he's like, what? I'm like, guess who got nominated? Jim, I am the opposite of you. So and then I called Sean and he was busy. So I was like, text him and I left a message. I'm like, guess who got nominated? I'll give you 3, get 1 guess. Yeah. And then I strangely enough didn't tell my parents till the next day. I forgot.
What about your daughter? Did you guys do a reels?
Well, she was at school. So it was actually open house night, that's why I couldn't do the last event, because I had to go to open house.
Right.
And so she was with a girlfriend, one of her best friends. And so I said, guess who got nominated for Emmy? I was like, what? So, because we were calling to meet them at school. So Sean and I quickly had some time and we went and got a margarita because it was Cinco de Mayo, right?
It was Cinco de Mayo.
It was Cinco de Mayo. So we went and had nice tequila breath for the open house for the teachers. And I'm really proud of myself.
With all the other parents, I'm sure.
With all the other parents, we got a drink for Cinco de Mayo. That was mine.
Lindsay, what about you? Who did you call, or were you just receiving text messages?
I called my parents' house phone right away, and my dad picked up. So he was the first person I told. And then he was like, call your mom on her cell phone. So then I called my mom. And then I think they were really the only 2 that I told. And then I knew they were going to have a field day with it. So they were calling my grandparents. They were kind of making all the calls, which was good because Raven called me right after and she was like, so champagne? So I was like, I'm kind of out of office for the rest of the day anyways. So yeah, I called my parents, and then the first person I think who called me was Raven.
And she said, and what did she say?
She just called me and she was just like, congratulations. And then we made plans to go out. And then actually another one of our friends in Victoria ended up surprising me outside my apartment with balloons and champagne. And they were in a convertible, and all my neighbors were definitely like, what is going on? But it was really,
was that Victoria Carnival you're saying?
Yeah.
Victoria is so good at that, surprising birthday parties. She is.
Yeah. She loves a balloon. She loves a balloon moment.
She's got a thing.
Yeah.
Her style. Yeah.
I literally have this is.
That's great. I love that.
That's amazing.
So it was sweet. They were so sweet for it. So yeah.
That's amazing. Just a couple last things. Jim, you've got a category with Jason Thompson and Peter Bergman and John McCook. I mean, it's a heavyweight battle out there. You got to keep your gloves up.
on that
Yeah.
one.
But you know
Yeah,
all these
it's
guys,
great.
right? You've met them all, right?
Yeah, really, I don't know them well. Who do I know well? Peter Bergman. I know well, fairly well anyway. And so, it's interesting. When I've looked, both with the leading actors and supporting actors tend to get together. The guys don't. So,
Yeah.
so I've seen in previous years where the five
ladies'
nominees will
lunch. The ladies'
get
lunch.
together and have dinner, have lunch or something, and the guys
We'll invite
don't,
you to
which would be a
champagne
nice thing.
latte.
What's that?
I said, we'll invite you.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. I'll
Ladies'
be there.
lunch with
I will be
Don't be
there.
mad.
But also, what about the fact that, I mean, what I love about it is I love James and Eric, and they're both up for lead, which is so
Yeah.
sweet and wonderful. Like to have them both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of nice actually. We talked briefly or texted briefly, and when I saw that, I thought it was really it's really kind of nice because it doesn't really affect anybody's chance or opportunity to win. It's just Eric is so good, and when I saw both Stacy and Eric in the scene, what I like about them is that everything is so natural. It's sometimes in the dialogue may or may not be but they make it real, and that scene happened to be quite visceral in some places, and they drew me in. They really drew me in. So I'm loving sharing this moment with Eric, and I'm really excited for him as well.
So yeah, as we wrap, so what can you tell the Tease fans? So on days we've got Allie running AllDevil with the baby. Do you think what do you think they should watch for this coming up here?
I mean, if you can believe it, AllDevil just becomes more unhinged in the coming weeks. So I think you kind of, I say you can look for any like Allie sweetness that's left in the devil that you might see, or that little, like the cheekiness of her. You can look forward to that leaving, because she just becomes even crazier in the next coming weeks.
And James, is Abe going to get TR, or what's the deal? Oh, and he's going to get.
Is Abe going to get TR? Sounds like I'm getting a disease.
Rescue Paulina.
I don't know. There's going to be some, there's quite a bit there's some action coming up. Actually, there's going to be something happen that's part of this story that I think will affect the show quite significantly going down the road. So keep watching.
And Ari, what can we say about Nicole?
Nicole has been such a relatively good girl for the last few years. So you can expect some more good girl. Really exciting. Really riveting. No, I think there's the one thing I do love about this character is she always has some sort of emotional turmoil. And I think that will be revving up a little bit in the next few weeks for sure. Yeah.
Okay. And Stacy, what about Kristen? I mean, she's continually.
Where is she? She's off somewhere, but just know that, Kristen always comes back to wreak havoc in Salem, and that's where she's at. She's a little baddie, you got a little sweet, Nicole, and then you got
sweet Nicole.
From time to time.
I always think Kristen, she's her heart is in the right place. She just makes a lot of mistakes. But yeah, and I don't know where I think is Susan still here in Salem trying to figure it all out.
Say that again.
I just said, is Susan still there trying to work things out because she's got to fix that devil girl?
I think she's always on point with the devil. That's the thing. She's the only one that knows.
Always knows.
She knows, and nobody listens to her. And a few people are like,
radars.
I know.
I know. Her antennas are going off. Her little woo.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for taking the time so we can celebrate your nomination. I didn't want to let this go by. You're also special, and congratulations. And you can see all of them on the 49th Annual Daytime Emmy Awards on June 24th on CBS. Enjoy the next month, and I will see all of you soon.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Michael.
All right, Michael. Thank you
Bye,
so much.
everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
See the rest of you later on.
Congratulations.